going to order as a condition of bond that you get a GPS monitor. I'm going to do that because you've not only violated this injunction, but you've violated injunctions in the past, and you seem to have very little regard to judges' orders with regard to who you can and cannot contact. So we're going to make sure that if you do make bond, that we know exactly where you are. So I'm going to order the GPS monitor, okay? It'll be in place upon you. If you do bond out from jail, it'll be placed upon your person, and you will be responsible for any of the expenses associated with that GPS monitor. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office, and we'll see you back to court on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. in front of Judge Toner for your arraignment, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Breyer Zavitz. Hi, Ms. Zavitz, what's your date of birth?
1491.
Okay, you were here this morning for a failure to appear, it looks like in front of Judge Merritt yesterday, for the original charges of possession of controlled substance, and possession of paraphernalia. It looks like you were kicked out of PTI for methamphetamine, and Judge Merritt wrote a couple other things on here. He's indicated he wants no bond on this. So apparently we can't trust you to show up to court and stay drug-free. So we're going to do no bond right now on all three of those counts. And we're going to see you back to court on August 28th at 8:30. Did you have the public defender representing you previously?
Yes.
Okay, well, make sure they're still on your case, okay? And we'll see you back to court August 28th. The public defender will come out and see you soon. David Cashman. And Mr. Cashman, what's your date of birth?
9/30/60.
Okay, you were here this morning for a domestic battery. Currently, it's no bond. Pursuant to statute 741, domestic batteries, you don't get a bond until you appear at first appearance. I did find probable cause for the charge. Do you want to represent yourself? Are you going to hire somebody with the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Okay, I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. Does he have a prior record state?
This appears to be a first offense, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cashman, how long have you lived? Do you live on Crystal Brook Circle?
About 2 years.
2 years? Okay, you got a job these days?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Upholster.
Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give you a bond of $500. I'm going to hold you until 4 p.m. today, though, in case Ms. Cashman wants to file an injunction against you. If she does file an injunction against you, it's very specific as far as how far away from her you need to be. So you want to read that injunction, make sure to abide by it. I'm also going to order that you have no contact with Dawn Cashman, okay? That do not write, do not call, do not email, do not have anyone else write, call, or email. If you see her out somewhere, turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you need to hang up the phone. If you have any contact with Ms. Cashman, you're going to be arrested on a new charge, held without bond until you resolve all your cases. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're going to see you back to court on this case on August 30th at 9 a.m. Get in touch with your public defender, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Raffaello Rego.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Rego. You are also here this morning for a failure to appear yesterday, it looks like in front of Judge Toner, for the original charges of possession of controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and driving on suspended driver's license, second and subsequent offense. He's given you a bond on these. The total bond is $14,000. And we've reset your court date for August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. Did you have the public defender representing you on these?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want them to continue to represent you on these?
Yes, ma'am. And I was going to ask if I could, if you could do anything for me on the bond. I was supposed to start a new job today, and I don't want to mess that up. And I don't have the money right now to bond again.
Yeah.
I spoke with the bondsman yesterday. He said he'd be more than happy to work something out if we could get something done today with that lowered down.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure I can help you out there. State, can you tell me if he has any prior offenses?
Prior to the incident charges, Judge, September of 2011, Dwillis out of Volusia. Looks like that was a conviction. Working backwards here, I'm showing that he did do a prison sentence of some sort. Drug trafficking.
What's the date on that?
Hydrocodone, and that was in 2006. That was a conviction. That is what sent him to prison. Paraphernalia. 2005, he violated his probation in Hernando County. Looks like that was on possession of cocaine. Also a DUI that year. Violated his probation in 2004. That looks like the underlying charge was carrying a concealed weapon and possession of cannabis. That conviction came in 2003.
Mr. Rego, what time did you appear in court yesterday?
I was there at about 9:30, Your Honor.
9:30? What time did court start?
I believe it was 9.
It's Judge Toner, right? It was 8:30. Court started at 8:30. You were an hour late.
I had trouble getting my stepdaughter to the babysitter that morning, Your Honor. I have no excuse. I apologize.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, it's not me you have to apologize for. Apparently, Judge Toner's pretty pissed off about it. So, it looks like he took you into custody at 10 o'clock. That's why I was asking, how late you were. So,
yeah, it's like a while.
What kind of bond do you think is reasonable for you to be able to make? Right now, the bond is a total of $14,000.
As low as you possibly can, Your Honor. I put up $650 for the previous bond, and like I said, I was just starting a new job. I have 3 children and a wife that I have to help take care of as well.
Well, the best that I can do for you, the bond on the first count is $10,000. What I'll do is I'll cut that to $5,000. So it's a total of $9,000. See what you can do, okay? Get in touch with your public defender. They might be able to run a motion to get it lowered for you and resolve your case earlier. But your next court date is August 28th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay? Kenneth Hilbish.
Ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Hilbish. You're here this morning for driving under the influence.
Yes, ma'am.
And refusal to submit to the, it looks like to the breathalyzer. All right. They gave me all these fax copies that are very difficult to read, but all right. There is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you in the state. 2007, he was arrested for DUI and possession of controlled substance. DUI was dropped, but he pled to the controlled substance. Violated his probation, so it was a conviction the next year. Possession of cannabis in 2010. 2012, out of Pasco, some sort of synthetic drug. Not sure what happened with that. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor. Okay. All right, Mr. Hilbish, we have an address for you on Painter Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
October 10th will be 3 years.
Okay. You got a job these days?
No, I'm on disability.
All right.
I've been on disability for 2 years.
Okay. All right. Well, we've appointed the public defender. I'm going to keep your bond the same, $500 on each count, and we're going to see you back to court on August 30th at 9 a.m. Make sure to reach out to your public defender, okay?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there any way I can resolve, as far as the bond, I can't bond out because I don't have, is there any way I can resolve, what does...
Well,
I mean, how long? If I did like time served or whatever, how much? I mean, what am I
well, the
looking
thing
at?
is with the DUI, you're not really going to get time served right now. With the DUI, there's a lot of minimum mandatories that the statute requires for a DUI, and it's something you really need to speak to your public defender about. But what I can do is, what's the August 30th date? Is that?
August 30th is with you.
So I can move it up to the 9th?
I'm sorry?
I'm going to move that up to the 9th.
Okay.
What I can do is move your court date up to August 9th,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And that might help. That's just next week. So that if you can't bond out, maybe you'll have time between now and next week to speak to your public defender about making a plea on this case, okay?
Okay. Will somebody come out and see me?
Someone's going to come out to see you, yes. If you don't bond
Okay,
out, someone will come out and see you. If you do bond out, you need to go see them.
Okay, 9:30 at August 9th.
No, it's 9 o'clock on August 9th,
Okay, thank you.
okay? Wilbur Brown. Hi, Mr. Brown. What's your date of birth?
12/22/77.
Okay, you are here this morning for a failure to appear. It was yesterday in front of Judge Toner for the original charge of burglary of a dwelling. I also see your arrest time is 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. I was involved in a little scuffle in the court. I've never been around this area. I rode here from Hudson. It took me 4.5 hours to get here, and I called
4.5
in
hours from
advance and
Hudson?
Yeah, on a bicycle. I started
okay.
at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, let's figure out what's going on here. State, does he have a prior record?
He does, Your Honor. 2002 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Looks like that was dropped. 2002 out of Fort Ritchie. Retail theft. That was a conviction. Showing some sort of sexual offender registration, 2015. Not sure where that's from. And then the current burglary charge. I can't confirm the rest of this morning, Judge.
Okay. So it looks like his previous arrests were from 2002. Is that?
It looks that way, Judge, but again, he's got a registration here. I'm not sure what the underlying charge was. Or
My registration is from a 2002 case, Your
Okay.
Honor, that I...
Okay. So he hasn't had any cases in 15 years.
I can't confirm
No,
that, Judge.
no, ma'am.
Okay. I got you. All right. Well, your total, are you working these days, Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working and I'm on disability. I do part-time work for Bob's Carpet.
Okay. You live on University Drive in Hudson, is that right?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
ma'll I've been there for 3 years and I paid all the bills.
Okay.
My wife's there right now with my autistic son.
All right. What I'll do for you, Mr. Brown, is, you were late for court. It does appear that you showed up at 10 o'clock, which is an hour and a half late, and you really need to take that into consideration next time.
Oh, I know. Like I said, I rode a bike from Hudson.
I know that, but you knew that before.
You
You knew that before that date, so you need to take that into consideration. It's not going to take you, 20 minutes to get to court. It's going to take you hours, so you need to leave earlier.
I left at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, apparently it wasn't enough time. What do you want me to tell you?
I know.
You got to court an hour
I
and a half
apologize.
late.
I apologize.
First you said you had no excuse, and it was all your fault, and now you're making excuses.
No,
All right.
there's no excuse, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to cut your bond in half. I'm going to put it at $2,000, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you can make the bond, you need to make sure to get out and talk to your public defender's office about what's going to happen at your next court date, which is going to be August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning, okay? So
Is there a
maybe you
way I
want to
can
come
get a
down the night
paper?
before.
Is there a way I can get a paper on that, ma'am? Because I never got my first one on this case.
What do you mean, like a notice
all.
of your court date?
Yes, because I asked them when I first got my first original case before to go to court on, and they said the public defender will get it. And I told them I have a paid attorney, and they never sent me one to my house.
Okay, do you have a public defender or a paid attorney?
No, I'm going to be representing myself and I'll have my own attorney.
Okay, you do not want the public defender representing you then?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And you're not hiring somebody, you're going to be representing yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how do you think you've done so far?
I I was close, but like I said, I rode a bike and on disability, riding a bike 4 hours is pretty close.
Right. And that's why people hire lawyers, because lawyers aren't usually late.
I know, like I said, I'm doing
Okay, you don't have to say
everything I
anything else. Your bond is $2,000. They'll get you some paperwork there in the jail that tells you when your next court date is. But if you're unable to bond out, they're going to bring you there. We're going to see you back to court August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. If you do bond out, you need to make sure that you get to court on time. If you're not there on time, you're going to be held no bond. No bond. You
Yes,
understand?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is there a possible way that I know when I first got here, I never received a phone call to contact somebody? Is there a way I can do that to let
If
them know?
you haven't gotten a phone call yet, you'll get one today, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Jonathan Burke. Hi, Mr. Burke. What's your date of birth?
11692.
Okay, you were here this morning for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for your arrest.
What was the violation for?
The violation of probation, you were on probation for grand theft. You're on drug offender probation for 3 years. They're alleging that you violated your probation by changing your residence without procuring the consent of the probation officer.
I never moved. I still live there. I don't know what
Okay.
they're talking
Well,
about.
I mean, this is not the time to argue about the facts of your case. All I have before me is a probable cause affidavit, and based on the affidavit, I do find probable cause. So, at this time, you need to make your argument to your attorney. Do you want your attorney to represent you? Do you want the public defender's office?
I had Jamie Kane on his case before.
Okay, that's the public defender's office, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, provisionally put the public defender's office, and you want to get in touch with him right away so you can figure out what happened, okay?
How do I get in touch with him?
Well, you're on no bond, so someone will be out to see you. Someone from the PD's office will be out to see you soon, okay?
I was here 3 months, but I was here 3 months. He never seen me once in here. So how do I get in touch?
Okay, well, I am not the boss of the public defender's office. If you can call over there and try to get someone on the phone, you can, but they're supposed to come out and see you as soon as they can, okay? You're set for court August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. We'll see you then.
Who was the PD he was indicating?
Mr. King. David Porter. Did I miss one?
No.
Oh, was it a different date? Okay. Mr. Porter, hold on 1 second. On Mr. Burke's case, we're gonna, there's no sooner date than for merit for that than September 5th.
Well,
I
I
guess
have,
so.
you could do August 8th, you can do the 8th or September, you can do it on the CDOC.
Okay, let's put it for August 8th then. Okay, Mr. Burke, we're going to move your court date up to August 8th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? And then Mr. Porter, your date of birth was what?
9/22/81.
All right, you're here today for a violation of probation. There is probable cause for your arrest. It is a hold from Sumter County saying that they want to extradite you over there for the possession of heroin charge.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we're going to do, it's a no bond, so we're going to hold you for Sumter County. They'll come to get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't, then they'll bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what's going on, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Matthew Main. Hi, Mr. Main.
How you doing?
What's your date of birth?
10/23/91.
Okay, you're here today for possession of a controlled substance. The bond is $2,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
PD.
Okay, I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State to see for prior record.
He does, Your Honor. In addition, he has a open case. Show that as 2017 CF 739.
Okay, who's that in front of, you know? Is that a Judge Merritt case? Okay.
Showing Judge Toner's B docket. Possession of controlled substance.
Okay.
Section set for pretrial August 4th.
4th?
Yes. And set for jury trial October 2nd.
And you said that's Judge Toner, right?
Correct, yes.
right, Mr. Maine, this is what we're going to do. You have a bond on this at $2,000. You're entitled to the bond on this for $2,000. We're going to keep the bond at $2,000, and I've appointed the public defender to represent you. However, on case number 2017 CS739, it looks like you were either RRR or out on bond while you committed this new offense. So pursuant to Florida Statute 907.041, I'm going to revoke your bond on 2017 CS 739, and we're going to hold you no bond on that case until your cases are resolved, okay? We're going to see you back to court on that case on August 4th. I'm going to set your new case for August 4th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Toner to give you and your attorney the opportunity to maybe resolve all of your cases on that day. So see you back August 4th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
I can't resolve everything right here?
I'm sorry?
I can't resolve the case right here?
No, you can't because they're felony cases, and this court doesn't have jurisdiction to resolve those cases right now.
All right.
Giovanni Ramos. Hi, Mr. Ramos. What's your date of birth?
10/20/93.
Okay, you were here this morning for 2 retail theft charges. Each of those bonds are $2,000. I did find probable cause on each of those. Did you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office on each of those cases. State to see for prior record.
2014, looks like fleeing to elude, which is knocked down to a resisting without. 2014, petty theft was conviction. 2015, petty theft ×2. Looks like he violated his probation on that. He is a convicted felon. 2015, another violation of probation. Not sure what that is about. And I can't confirm the rest of the stuff this morning, Judge.
Okay, that should be enough. All right, Mr. Ramos. I have an address for you on Shafton Road in Spring Hill. How long have you lived there?
About 14 years.
All right, you got a job these days?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do? What kind of work do you do?
Mechanic.
Mechanic? Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond on each of these at $5,000. And we're going to see you back to court on these cases on August 28th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Robert Lyon.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Lyon. What's your date of birth?
3162.
Okay, you were here this morning for a writ of bodily attachment in a child support case. Total verge amount right now is $1,250. Now it looks like they're actually looking for $1,090 on the writ of bodily attachment. So what's going on with that? When was the last time you worked?
2007, Your Honor. I didn't know I was in arrears, ma'am.
You
They've
didn't
been taking
know?
it right out of my Social Security. If I'd have known, I would have tried to address it, ma'am.
Okay.
I sure
Well,
did.
usually this comes up because there's a hearing that you didn't appear for. Have you moved or changed your address recently?
No, ma'am. I've been in the same address for 18 years.
Okay. Well, apparently there was a court date that you missed that would have addressed the arrearages, and this is the only way that they can make sure they know where you are and that you know about the arrearages because you weren't coming to the hearings. So maybe you just didn't get your mail or you didn't open it. I don't know. But nevertheless, you owe $1,090 in arrears, it looks like, for a 2006 child support case. How much can you come up with in order to get out of jail?
I get to get out of jail. I have nobody. My son just got sent off a couple months ago, so I'm alone. But I get my Social Security on the 3rd of each month, man. But I'd have to be out of jail to receive that. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
I didn't
well,
know.
I'm only asking because you told me a few minutes ago if you'd known about it, you would have paid it.
Well,
So now you know about it.
They told me it was 2011 or something. My goodness, between 2011 and 2017, I'm sure I could have done something with it, man.
Okay.
If I would have known anything, I assure you, I wouldn't have hid. I wasn't hiding.
How much do you make? How much do you get in your check every month?
$357
Okay. And when do you get that check?
on the 3rd of each month.
Okay. When was the last time you paid child support?
I just got a letter on the 1st of July from Family Child Services saying that they were going to stop garnishing my Social Security check at the end of September. I was happy about it, and because Colton's in the service now, and he's a man, and I didn't realize I was in the rear.
Okay.
I live in a trailer.
How much were you paying every month?
How much, ma'am?
How much were you paying every month in child support?
I think it was matching my Social Security.
How much was it?
It was matching my Social Security. They were getting $357, and I was getting $357.
Okay, so you're paying $357 a month.
But they're not going to retroact the rest of that Social Security until the end of September. And then if I'm incarcerated, they'll stop my Social Security completely, which I'm scared to death about, because then I'll be crippled and homeless.
Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to have to give you a purge amount to get out of jail. You're paying $357 a month. Do you have someone who could come up with a couple $100 in order to get you out of jail so you can work this out?
I have nobody, ma'am. I have nobody. I wasn't able to bring my cell phone or my cane with me. I have no contact numbers. All I have is my son, and he shipped out last month.
Okay. Well,
I'm doomed. If I can't get R.O.R., I guess I'm going to lose my Social Security and
I'm not going to give you ROR because I don't know what happened, but you were paying the $357 a month, and I don't know if you changed your bank accounts or what that prevented them from doing that.
No, ma'am.
But, I'm going to have to incarcerate you in the Hernando County Jail for a period of 10 days or until you pay $200 toward the purge, okay?
If there's some way you could pull that letter up from the Family Services that they mailed me, it's the only letter I've ever gotten over the years. I was shocked to get it. It would tell the truth.
But no, I don't have access to that right now. But, you know, see if you can contact some friends or family who can help you out.
I don't have it. Everybody's gone, ma'am. It's
okay,
just
well, it's 10 days Hernando County Jail. We'll give you credit from yesterday, so it gives you about 8 days left, okay? And hopefully you can come up with $200.
Yes, ma'am. They have me in a pod sleeping on the floor, and it's really hard for me to get up, and the bathroom is upstairs. I was unable to use the restroom all night. Maybe you could ask, maybe I could get my cane and get moved to somewhere where I can use the restroom.
I don't have any control over what they do there at the jail.
I had to beg to get the wheelchair, so.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Did I get everyone there at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have a good day.